Deep in the heart of the jungle, silence hung heavy in the air. Then a sound echoed that froze every living creature, a low, painful trumpet. From the trees came an elephant, massive yet vulnerable. Its leg was torn. Blood dripped with every step. In the wild, a wounded elephant is a tragedy and an invitation. Predators circle waiting for weakness. But then, something no one expected happened. From the shadows, a group of tribesmen appeared. Barefoot, armed only with handmade spears and ropes, they stepped closer instead of retreating. For them, the elephant was not prey. It was sacred, a creature that carried stories of strength, wisdom, and survival. A man ran ahead, his voice echoing in the stillness. "Everyone, come quickly. We have much to do." He was followed by others, each carrying tools that glistened in the dim light filtering through the dense canopy. Their faces were etched with urgency. There was no time to waste. As they closed in, the elephant shifted nervously. Its ears flared, its trunk raised in fear, but it was too weak to charge. With a gentle rumble, it watched them approach. Hope flickered in its wise eyes. Maybe these humans weren't like the others. With vines, they made a sling, pressing leaves onto the wound, trying to stop the bleeding. One man climbed onto its side, pouring water over its cracked skin. The elephant trembled but did not resist. It lowered its head, trusting in their touch. The men worked in silence, their focus unwavering. Each movement was precise, efficient, born from years of shared experience. Finally, as the first rays of dawn peeked through the trees, they stood back, their faces grim. The makeshift shelter was complete. The elephant, though still weak, was safe for now. It lay down, its chest rising and falling slowly. Suddenly, a twig snapped. All eyes turned toward the sound. The men tensed, their spears held at the ready. From the tree line, a low growl emerged. Eyes glowing, unblinking, began to appear in the dark. Lions, drawn by the smell of blood, the tribesmen froze. Their mission to save the giant had turned into a fight for their own lives. The men tightened their circle, spears raised, their bodies shielding the elephant. The giant, sensing the threat, let out a thunderous trumpet that shook the trees. The lions hesitated, but hunger pushed them forward. It was man against predator. No cages, no walls, just raw courage against sharp claws. One of the lions lunged first, a blur of yellow fur and bared fangs, but the tribesman was ready. His spear flashed in the moonlight, finding its mark. A roar of pain and surprise ripped through the night. The lion stumbled, its breath coming in ragged gasps. The other lions circled, snarling, testing the human's resolve. More attacks came, each more ferocious than the last. Spears flew, shields clashed, and the ground shook beneath the weight of charging beasts. The tribesmen fought as one, their movements fluid, their determination unshakable. But the lions were relentless, driven by primal instincts and the promise of a full meal. Time blurred into a chaotic dance of attack and defense. The wounded elephant watched, helpless, as the men struggled against the growing darkness. Its own fear forgotten, it saw the danger that threatened to extinguish the flickering flames of their bravery. Then something incredible happened. The elephant, summoning every ounce of strength left within its battered body, rose to its feet. Its massive tusks gleamed like polished ivory in the firelight. The sight jolted the tribesmen from their intense focus. They glanced at the elephant, their eyes widening in surprise. For a moment, the battle paused, replaced by a silent understanding. The elephant let out a deafening trumpet, shaking the very foundations of the jungle. With a final surge of adrenaline, it swung its trunk and charged forward, slamming into the nearest lion. The impact sent the predator sprawling. The tribesmen erupted in cheers, their voices blending with the thunder of the jungle. Inspired by the elephant's sudden strength, they rallied, fighting with renewed vigor and hope. The other lions, sensing the tide turning, hesitated for a moment, but their hunger and predatory instincts got the better of them. They lunged again, teeth bared, claws extended. Spears found their marks, sending the lions sprawling. But there were too many, and the men soon found themselves overwhelmed. One of the tribesmen cried out, clutching at a deep wound on his arm. Another stumbled, his spear clattering to the ground as a lion's claw raked across his face. Fear tightened its icy grip around their hearts. Just when all hope seemed lost, the elephant intervened again. It swung its trunk, knocking a spear from a nearby holder. With surprising agility, it picked up the weapon and hurled it at another charging lion. The spear found its mark, sinking into the animal's shoulder. The lion roared in pain and anger, but the damage was done. It retreated, joining the rest of its pack in a hasty retreat. As the first rays of sunlight touched the forest floor, the tribesmen stood amidst the remnants of their battle. Their bodies ached, their clothes torn, but their spirits soared. The elephant stood beside them, its injuries bandaged, its presence a testament to their shared courage. The tribesman who had spoken earlier stepped forward. His voice, though hoarse, rang with emotion. "We have survived the night. We have protected our sacred elder. Let us rejoice." The others responded with a chorus of cheers, their voices echoing through the ancient trees. But even in their victory, they knew the dangers of the jungle were far from over. As the days turned into weeks, the elephant grew stronger. The tribesmen, with their deep connection to the natural world, knew how to care for the wounded creature. They brought it food, water, and most importantly, a sense of community. The elephant, in turn, became a symbol of their unity, a reminder of the day they stood together against the lions. As the elephant healed, it began to roam with the tribesmen, its presence adding a new dimension to their lives. It was a bond that transcended the boundaries between species, a friendship forged in the heart of the jungle. The elephant would never forget the day it was saved. The tribesmen, in turn, learned valuable lessons about resilience and the power of unity. They understood that the elephant was more than just an animal. It was a symbol of the balance and harmony of the jungle, a force of nature that deserved respect and protection. So as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the jungle floor, the tribesmen and the elephant stood side by side, watching over their world. They were an unlikely pair, but their bond was unbreakable. They had faced danger together, had overcome adversity as one, and in doing so, had created a story that would be told for generations to come. In the tapestry of life, where predators prowl and prey tremble, where strength is often mistaken for justice, the tribesmen offered a different narrative. They demonstrated that true power lies not in overpowering others, but in uniting to protect those who cannot protect themselves. They showed that compassion and empathy are not weaknesses, but strengths that can bridge the divides of species and inspire awe in the hearts of all who witness it. In the grand theater of the jungle, where every rustle of leaves and chirp of insects plays a part, the tribesmen and the elephant orchestrated a symphony of courage and kindness. Their story echoed through the ancient trees, carried by the wind to every corner of the forest, a testament to the indomitable spirit of unity, reminding all who heard it that even in the darkest nights, hope could bloom and that the smallest act of kindness could resonate through eternity.